Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashanti if this is your first time here. And as you can tell by the title, in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all the best tips to becoming a YouTuber in 2021. Most of y'all know, or some of y'all may know, I am newer to YouTube. I just kicked off my channel in August 2020 is when I first started actually uploading content to my channel. So everything that I will be saying in this video will be specifically from a beginner's point of view. The three main things that I'll be going over in this video are the equipment that I use, the tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my journey so far, and then my mindset behind my YouTube channel. So if those are some things that you'll be interested in hearing about, then just keep on watching. So when I was doing my research to kickstart my channel, one of the biggest tips that I heard in a lot of different videos was to utilize your TDT. So your TDT is going to be your title, your description box, and your thumbnail. But I do want to go ahead and add another T for your tags because that is a big thing also. So with your title and your thumbnail, those are the two things that are going to be the first thing that different viewers see when they're just scrolling through YouTube and they're looking for something to watch. So with my titles, I try to set them apart or add something to make them a little bit different from other people's, simply because when you're coming across multiple videos with the same title, you're probably gonna gravitate towards the one that has something in the title that stands out. So what I was originally going to title this video was how to be a YouTuber or how to start a YouTube channel. And when you look, there are a lot of videos with those two titles. So I just decided to tweak it a little bit to make it stand out a little bit more by adding how to be a YouTuber in 2021. One, because the year is just now kickstarting. There are going to be a lot of people who are wanting to get tips and tricks for how to get their channel started. But also, I wanted to go ahead and add that from a beginner's point of view, because I'm not a veteran. I'm very much so a rookie. I'm still learning, but these are things that have helped me to get my channel kickstarted. So that's why I went ahead and did that. And then also for your thumbnail, one thing that I can say, it is going to be best to be consistent with your thumbnails, because I see that with other people who I subscribe to and who I watch, their thumbnails are always consistent. So some people whose thumbnails I like to pay closer attention to, Arnell Armand, I watch all of her videos and you can almost tell exactly what her video is going to be based on the thumbnail. When she's doing a get ready with me or a wig video, makeup video, anything of that nature, you're almost guaranteed to see a before and after or a during and after. So she's pretty consistent with how her thumbnails are. Another one is Carmen Prickett. Hers are a little bit more dramatic, so you'll kind of see like the big bold yellow words, like dramatized facial expressions, that type of thing. So you really want to do what's best for you and what fits for the image and the direction that you want your channel to go in. So your description box is literally exactly what it sounds like, your description box. So most of the time you'll see people have different things in their description box. A lot of people use it to promote like products or different third-party promotions they may have with outside companies. You'll see a lot of links there. Some people use it to link their social medias, and then some people actually just use it to give a brief description of what you're going to see in the video, in case that's something you're wanting to read before you actually watch the video. Some people do actually like to get a brief summary of what they're going to watch before they watch it. So that's kind of what I like to use my description box for. So you'll kind of see in my description box, I link my social media accounts, and then I give a brief description of what my video is going to be about. And then at the very bottom, if there are any products or links that I may have mentioned in the video, I will have those linked down below. That way people can go refer back to that if maybe they have interest in something that they saw in one of my videos. So the tags are something that are a little bit more behind the scenes for yourself as a creator, just because the viewers or like the people who are just coming on YouTube to watch videos, they don't see the tags. Only you see the tags. But how you utilize them is by you put the things in your tag box that you would want your video to come up under when people search, if that makes sense. So if I put a makeup video and I put easy eye makeup for beginners, I put that in the tag. That means when people search that, my video will come up. So with your tag, you really want to go ahead and fill that up with as many things as you can, because the more the merrier. You don't want to have it tied down to one specific thing. You do want it to be in correlation with whatever your video is about, if that makes sense. So if I'm putting a makeup video, when I'm in the tags, or you know, filling in my tags before I upload the video, I'm not going to put anything about, you know, sports or drama, because that's not what the video is about. So you want to use things that if people would search it, you would want your video to come up under that category. Another really good tip that I've learned is to utilize my social media to promote myself. So usually whenever I upload a video, I'll make a dedicated post to my video on each of my social media platforms. I'm not active on every social media platform, but the ones that I am, I do utilize those. So most of the time that is Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. So with Facebook, you can actually share a link directly to your feed. So I usually post like a brief description, you know, letting people know what the video is about, letting them know what went into me creating the video, just so it kind of gives them a feel for what they're going to watch. And also because Facebook is filled with my friends and family, I can kind of be a little bit more intimate with that. With Instagram and Snapchat, of course, I just make a dedicated story. I might put just the thumbnail from the video, or I will actually put a snippet of something that I was doing within the video. If you know there's a certain part of the video that's more interesting than others, that's the part that you kind of want to highlight so that it will draw people in. If your content is good, then it will draw people in, but you also have to give yourself that little push and promote yourself without spamming or overdoing it. You don't want to annoy the people who are going to be supporting you. One of the next tips that I've learned so far is that your lenses and your lighting is always going to matter more than the camera body or the type of camera that you're using. So when I got started with my channel, I did go ahead and buy a camera because I didn't want to have any excuses not to start. And I knew that if I spent X amount of money on a camera, that I was actually going to use it, because I didn't want to feel like I wasted my money on something that I'm not even, you know, getting any use out of. I did go ahead and do that just for my personal accountability, but I have learned just from watching other people's videos that the lighting is what makes the biggest difference, along with your editing style. So if you are in a position to where you can get a camera and a good lens to go with it, of course you're going to want to do that if you're wanting higher quality videos, but also take into account that iPhones have 1080p and 4K just like cameras do. So you get you a good ring light, some good lighting, and you're good to go. I've also told that to other people who are getting started and who may come to me and ask like what filming setup I have. I just let them know, don't, you know, beat yourself up if you don't have a camera. Use your phone, get you a good lighting, a good ring light, a good softbox, whatever kind of lighting you prefer, and that's really going to be what makes the biggest difference. Tip number 4 that I have learned so far is that your editing style is what makes the biggest difference, along with your personality. So when I was first getting started, I did make like a big fuss about having a camera, because you know I wanted to have the professional setup. I wanted everything to look good, and you know when you are presenting yourself out there to the world, you do want everything to come together looking good. But a lot of the times, like, not everybody is able to, you know, jump out of the gate doing those things. Sometimes you have to work your way up and just gradually progress. Not to say that, you know, I'm starting from such and such, but you know what's really going to make the biggest difference is how you edit your videos. There's a lot of people that I watch that have millions of subscribers, and I didn't know that they were like still filming from their phone. They just edit very well, and they have like good camera presence. They have good personality, and that's really what sets you apart. Like, I can't tell you how many people have the same camera that I have, but not all filming, not all editing, not all personalities are the same. So I feel like that's what makes the biggest difference. That's what sets you apart. And of course, different personalities draw in different people depending on what their liking is and what their personal personality is. My editing style, it is very minimal. I just like to keep everything simple. I don't usually like go in with all the memes and all the funny videos and all the sound effects. Sometimes if I see it fit, then I will, but however, I do not try to oversaturate my videos with that, because I feel like my personality can draw in a diverse crowd of people. So I don't like to overdo it with editing, and I'm very minimal all around, not just with my editing. That's just me, period, with all aspects of my life. I like to be very minimal, simple, and straight to the point. So that's my editing style. It's not going to be the same for everyone else's, but do not try to duplicate what somebody else is doing with their editing or their personality. You're going to find what works for you, and that's what's going to set you apart, period. The 5th and final tip that I have for y'all so far is to find your niche but with patience. A lot of people have always said that when they were first getting their channel started, they were making like the trendy videos or whatever was trending and popular at the time, but it wasn't, you know, like really contributing to their channel's growth because that wasn't like what the rest of the videos on their channel was like. The reason why I said find your niche but with patience is because I still haven't found mine myself. I don't know if it's gonna be hair, makeup, hauls. It may be family, mom vlogs, anything. I don't feel like I've explored all aspects or areas enough to like know 100% what mine is. That's definitely a big tip that I've gotten from different people. And there are different people that I watch for different things. So there's some channels that I watch specifically for makeup. There's some that I watch specifically for hair, others for fashion. And that's just because that's what their niche is. That's what they're good at. That's what they come here to, you know, contribute to YouTube. So that's going to be my 5th tip, is to find your niche, but with patience. Don't rush yourself because it is going to take time. You're not just going to hop on here and immediately know like this is what's going to work for me. It's going to take time. You're gonna have to find what you actually enjoy doing, because what may be popular and what may be having somebody else's channel grow and may not be for you, because it may not be something that you genuinely enjoy, and that's something that people can tell. So now I'm going to be getting into the equipment that I use personally for my filming. I know this was one of the biggest things that I took a lot of time to research on, just because you know, a lot of the time this is a big investment for people. It's not just something that can happen at the drop of a dime. It's something that you want to save up and make sure that you're making quality purchases for. So I did spend a lot of time doing research on this portion before I went ahead and purchased anything for myself. I do just want to let y'all know, when I got everything, I was definitely on a budget. So that's how I was shopping, from that mindset of what I can get the most out of for my dollars. None of the things that I use for filming are super expensive. Of course, the most expensive thing is my camera, but I did not even buy that brand new, so I'll actually tell y'all about it. The camera that I'm currently using is the Canon EOS 80D. The lens that I have on it right now is a 50 millimeters, so this camera retails for about $1,500 or $1,600. However, I did find it on Facebook Market. I just so happened to run across somebody who actually teaches photography, and they had some extra camera bodies that they were trying to get rid of. I got the camera body, the 50 millimeter lens, and then the 18-55 millimeter. All of that together for $900. And then also the tripod that I'm currently using came with the camera also. I'm not really sure what the brand of the tripod is. I am going to be looking into that, so I can link that for anybody who may be wanting to purchase it. But it is very heavy duty. It's about 5 to 10 pounds on its own. So with the tripod, you do want to make sure you have something heavy duty, because camera bodies are not light at all. When I was doing my research on this camera before I actually met with the guy and purchased it, I did get on here and watch different videos, different reviews about, you know, how they work, and from like just hearing from people who have already used them or are currently using them. One of the biggest things that stood out was that they said that it is the easiest camera to use, especially if you're like a beginner with cameras. This is the first camera I've ever owned, and operating it for me has been very, very, very easy. Of course, play around with whatever you end up getting just to make sure that you know how to work it properly. But this camera, I would definitely recommend it. It is a bit bulky. It's about 5 pounds on its own, but it's very easy to use, very high quality. But again, it's not always about the body. It's more so the lens and the lighting. And like I said, the lenses that I have, they're both by Canon. So the 50 millimeter and the 18-55. Those are what I have so far. The microphone that I have, it's by the brand Boya. It's called the Boya condenser microphone. I got that on Amazon for about $20. It has a really, really, really long cord on it. I would say it's about 10 feet, if that's even doing it justice. It has a small clip on it that you can use to like attach to your clothes. I have used it that way before, but right now I just have it sitting on top of my camera because it does reach and pick up on the audio pretty well, so that's what I'm using. For lighting, I have these soft boxes by the brand SD. I believe that's how you pronounce it, and I found those on Amazon as well. I want to say it was about $70 for the whole kit. They each come with of course the box, the bulbs, the covering for the boxes, and then tripods. Of course, you just have to work with it and figure out you know, what works for you, but these have been working pretty well for me. I haven't had any issue with them thus far, but of course I do plan to always progress and try to have the best of the best for my channel as I grow into, you know, monetizing my channel and actually using my YouTube as a business. The last of my equipment is the editing software that I use. If I need to cut anything, edit, add transitions, that's mainly what I use iMovie for. And then to add like background music, or like to add little photos or smaller videos up on the screen where you can still see me in the like main background, I use Video Leap. And Video Leap, they do have a free version, but of course you don't have access to everything with the free version. I ended up purchasing a year's membership for $17, I believe. It's usually $34, but they were having a promotion at the time, so I got a year's subscription for $17. I do think Video Leap is very easy to use, very beginner friendly, and it does have literally everything. The only, well, I can't really say that it has everything because I haven't really gone into everything, but everything that I need for my videos, Video Leap does have. For my thumbnails, I use Canva. Canva has a lot of different formats, sizing. It has literally all the templates are already laid out for you. So when I open my Canva app, I go straight to the YouTube, and it literally cuts out everything, the dimensions to the size that I need it to be, where it'll fit perfectly as a thumbnail. Y'all would like me to make a separate video showing y'all how I make my thumbnails or how I edit videos and things like that, I will do that. Just give this video a thumbs up or let me know down in the comments below. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to be getting into for this video is my personal mindset behind my YouTube channel. So the first thing that I like to keep in mind is to do my own research. And the reason why I say that is because it's always easy to ask somebody else their opinion. A lot of the times there's people who will give advice on things that they're not even knowledgeable about, but because you go to them and ask them, they feel obligated. I do my own personal research for YouTube, you know, the algorithms, what's trending, monetization, a lot of things that are behind the scenes. Do your own research. I always keep that in mind because I feel like if I want to know about something but I can't take out the time to research it, then I'm not really taking it that serious. Like if you're lazy about it, you don't really want to do it. The second thing that I really had to tell myself was that I did not need to know everything to start. I'm still very much to this day still learning. I wouldn't even say that I'm 100% credible to be teaching anybody about YouTube, but these are just the things that I've learned so far. And I just have to tell myself that because sometimes I am a perfectionist, I like to make sure that I have every little small minor thing in place before I start on something, but a lot of the times that can be, you know, just an excuse for me to keep procrastinating. So you don't have to know everything to start. The third thing is that you have to start somewhere. And this kind of alludes back to what I was saying. You know, you don't have to have the biggest, fanciest, nicest, most recent camera to start. You don't even have to have, you really don't have to have the best of anything. If you have a light and a phone, you can get started. Someone whose, you know, YouTube journey that I've got to witness just from watching, you know, just from being a supporter is Jaclyn Hill. In her oldest videos, she literally was like doing makeup by a lamp. Now she literally pays people to come in and film and edit her videos for her. And that just shows like when you really have the desire to do something, you're gonna start regardless of where you're starting from. When you have people who really support you, it doesn't matter where you're starting from, they're gonna support you regardless because they want to see you get to where you want to be. Another thing that I've been doing my best to keep in mind is that slow and steady always wins the race. That's just another way to say always, always, always be consistent. When you're consistent with anything, not just YouTube, other people can, you know, look at that and see that you're taking it serious. It's like when people come in with the New Year's resolution, every year you always got that one person like, I'm gonna go to the gym this year, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna get everything together, da da da. And they have that momentum for January, but when February, March, April rolls around, did you go to the gym? Oh no, I had XYZ to do today. Then you know they're not really taking it seriously, or you know they would still be taking their time to be consistent to hit the goals that they're wanting. But if you're not being consistent, then nobody can really take you serious because that just shows that you're not taking yourself serious. Next thing literally goes hand in hand with exactly what I just said. And it is that excuses do not grow your channel, but consistency does. There's always, always, always something else that you could be doing with your time. Me also, I have a child, I have a toddler. He literally takes up a good amount of my waking hours, but I find time to put him to bed and come film. Now, if I make that an excuse, oh, I can't film because I have Micah, I can't film because I'm tired, then I don't really want to be doing it, and that's not going to grow my channel. Me sitting behind the scenes making excuses on why I can't upload this week or why I haven't uploaded, that's not going to do anything. That's not me being consistent either. My last little like principle or mindset behind my YouTube is that my attitude behind what I do will affect my outcome. What I mean by that is that if I come on here and I have a bad attitude about creating a video or about putting out content, or if I'm just doing it to get it done, it's gonna be evident when my videos come out sloppy or I'm not really engaged or being my genuine self that I always am behind the camera, because I'm not having the right mindset about it. Now, I can get on here and film just because I have it written down on my calendar that I'm gonna create XYZ videos today. But if I'm not actually wanting to do it and genuinely enjoying it, it's going to come out in the video. People are going to see that. It's going to affect my overall outcome. But if I'm excited about what I'm doing, if I have the right mindset behind, you know, how I'm doing it, it's going to show. People can see that I'm genuinely excited, that I'm, you know, ready for what I want. Doing what I genuinely want to do. People can see that, and it will affect my outcome. If I come on here thinking, oh, let me just go make this video, it's not gonna do good, it's not gonna have good interaction, but I'm gonna do it anyways, that's exactly what's gonna happen, because I just spoke that. Now, if I come on here and I'm like, okay, let me get myself together, I'm about to look snatched, I'm about to look good, I'm about to create this video because I want to share what I've learned so far. I want other people to know what I've learned so far so they can utilize it for themselves. I'm about to, you know, like 2021 is my year, my YouTube channel is going up. If I come on here with that attitude, because that is the attitude that I do have, it's evident for people to see. They can really feel that, and that does affect my outcomes. So as long as I keep speaking what I want and I'm speaking on the positives more, you know, more so than even dwelling or even thinking about anything negative, then my, you know, my outcome is going to be more positive, because that's what I'm focusing on. Okay, y'all, so those are the tips and tricks that I've learned so far. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all learned something new for yourself, something that you can utilize for yourself, or you can, you know, pass on to someone else who is wanting to get their channel started. Just know that the tips and tricks behind YouTube are literally endless, but these are, you know, the ones that I felt were top 5 for me. So these were the ones that I felt were more important for me to share. But like I said, only from a beginner's point of view. So if you're getting your channel started in 2021, good luck. I hope to see y'all on the upside, on the rise. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so y'all can be notified when I upload new content. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.